Beth-Eden veterans, on this special day, we want to express our deepest gratitude to each of you for your dedicated service to our country and for being valued members of our church community.
Hello, my name is Norman Brown. I'm a former Army member. I was made Master Sergeant. I stayed in for 20 years. I served in various locations. To name a few: Key West, Florida, Germany, Korea, Oklahoma. I served all over. It was an enjoyable experience. And the reason I joined is, I don't know, I might be crazy, but I just wanted to be a member of the Army. My most memorable experience, I'll try to share with you 3. There were numerous experiences, but 3 stands out in my mind. Number 1, the first Christmas that I was in the Army, I spent out on the Atlantic Ocean, being tossed and turned about in a typhoon on a little old ship. The second experience was in Vietnam. I don't care to discuss that, but that was the second experience. And the third experience was the birth of my first child. That's all I have to say about that.
Your sacrifice, courage, and commitment to both your faith and your nation are truly admirable. We are blessed to have you as a part of our congregation, and we want you to know that your service and sacrifice have not gone unnoticed. Your dedication inspires us all, and we are proud to stand beside you in worship and fellowship.
Hi, I'm Daphne Bell Hatcherson. I am a Staff Sergeant E5 in the Air Force. I was. One of the experiences I had, well, first, the reason why I went to the military, I went to Texas Wesleyan to sign up to go to college. And they told me how much money it cost, and I really didn't have any. I was disappointed, but I walked out of that door into the recruiting office. At that time, was in Seminary South. I joined the Air Force. 6 months later, I began my journey through the military. One of the things that happened to me that I'll never ever forget is I was in tech school in Rantoul, Illinois. And the first snowstorm I ever seen in my life, that when the snow stopped, I couldn't even get out the door. At that time, that was the first time I experienced eating separate rations. Oh my God, I didn't know what it was. So right now, I don't eat food out of a can just because of that, because I thought it was terrible. But all in all, it was one of the best things that I could have ever done, because some of the things that I got through being in the military, I'm still enjoying now.
My name is Daniel Meza, and I served in the military from November 1973 to May of 1974. And in those 4 years or 3.5 years, I made Specialist 5, which is equal to a sergeant. And I joined the military, I guess being from Oklahoma, I just didn't want to work the cotton fields all the time. So I wanted to make a career of myself, and that was my first step in doing that. Now, one of the most memorable moments, I had a lot of them in the military. I learned a lot. But one of the experiences that I had was the first day that I arrived at boot camp. It was November 1973, and it was cold, and my boot camp was in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And I arrived there approximately about 11 o'clock at night, and they clothed us, they gave us a jacket and a hat, and they fed us. And then all 30 of us stood outside the mess hall, and the drill sergeant came up and showed us and explained to us what standing at attention was and what standing at ease was. So after about 30 minutes of instructions, we were taught how to stand at attention. Now this is probably about 1 o'clock in the morning in November, in the middle of winter in Missouri, and it was cold. And he showed us how to stand at attention, and we stood at attention. He told us, "I'll be right back." And he left. And he came back about 20 minutes later, and he showed us how to stand at ease, and it was so cold, it was probably pretty close to freezing. And showed us how to run in place, move our arms to keep warm, and then he put us back at attention, and he left for another 15 or 20 minutes. And this went on till about 4 o'clock in the morning. And by this time I thought to myself, why did I do this? What in the world brought me to being this? But it taught me a lot. And after 4 years, I realized the experiences I had were good and some were bad, but I will never forget that night. It was very cold, but I learned a lot of lessons. Just that night, I learned to be disciplined and be patient and to obey orders. And my advice to anybody that wants to join the military, don't join in the wintertime. Go in the summertime. Have a good day.
We would like to say thank you for your service, your strength, and your unwavering commitment to our church and country. We appreciate you more than words can express. Happy Veterans Day.